All right, it's new wheel day and it's been a long time since we had something from this company. This is a Kingsong F18. Let's get it unboxed. So the Kingsong F18 is the first wheel that I've been excited about since the NOSFET Apex. I miss the days of the S22. Those were really fun times of riding, and the suspension on those wheels were just so smooth and the firmware was so good. I'm hoping that we can recapture some of that joy with this wheel. So we've got our charger here, 10 amp charger. If you can see right there, it is a 10 amp stock charger. That's pretty crazy. You know, just for comparison, it is a little bit bigger, but it's gonna charge so much faster. But enough about charging the wheel. Let's look at it. Ooh, it's an off-road tire. Whoa, whoa, I'm tipping over. All right, let's keep unboxing, shall we? Right here we got a manual. Dear valued customer, something, best regard. It has Find My. That's like Apple's tracking service thing. You can find your devices with that. Ooh, it's got the suspension instructions. We want to check that out. Maintenance, we'll see what they have there. Learning to ride, I don't think we got to worry about that. I wonder what their warnings might say. Okay, anyway, so the specifications of this wheel. Peak power 9,000, rated power 5,000. Charge time around 2 or 3 hours. That's awesome. I believe it weighs around 41 kilograms or about like 90 pounds. Curse you. All right, well, it is really hot. So yeah, my air conditioner is on now, and you're gonna hear me sounding like a robot because I'm using voice, not voice canceling, but the opposite of that. It has 2 ports, but they're on opposite sides of each other. That is a little weird, but it probably just made it a lot easier to make the wheel slimmer or better size or something. It is really cool that it's a lot lower than the X-Way. The X-Way does hit me in the back of the legs and stuff like that. Short press the power button to turn on. Long press the power button to turn off. All right, where is the power button? Is it gonna show me? It has Bluetooth for the speakers. Quick instructions. Click the power button 3 times to turn on Find My device. Well, I just want to turn it on, period. Is this the only power button is on the light? I kind of think I'm going to have to just plug it in for it to turn on for the first time. Compression, rebound. So they call this compression, not just preload. Okay, and so air pressure max 260, I guess. Click the power button twice to turn on the lift stop function. Okay. So this is the power button, but I think we've got to get it charging. And this is a 10 amp stock charger, which is crazy. It's like I don't even ever charge at 10 amps with my Roger charger. I usually charge at like 5 amps. And then I usually charge at like low amps to balance it. So I think I should see things start coming alive. 74% it comes charged at. Connect to devices, add the Kingsong F18. Been a while since I have used a Kingsong wheel, so the app is completely different than the last time I used it. So here we are, just in the beginning, and I'm gonna go, I don't care about real-time data, lighting control, horizontal calibration. I wanna go to more features, boom. Speed setting, I hit first level alarm off, second level alarm off, turn the third level alarm all the way up, turn the pedal tilt back off. Riding mode, expert mode 100%. I don't know what that's going to do, but as you can see, intermediate mode, beginner mode, I'm assuming, and yeah, expert mode all have a 0 to 100. So it's not just pedal hardness or something. It's like, I don't know, there's 3 different 0 to 100s. Gyro angle adjustment, we'll be adjusting this once we go for a little ride and see how it feels. I'll keep this second one at 65. And then we checked for firmware updates down here. This is just, you know, voice control is open. This is where you can change it to voltage or current to be displayed on the wheel. Failure log down here. BMS info. Battery 1. Let's see. You can see our maximum voltage and minimum voltage cells and each individual cell for each side of the batteries. Everything's looking good. Obviously, it's a brand new wheel. It should be. Okay, so I want to see what putting pads is going to be like on this thing. So I'm going to have to get my boots on. And they're over there. So everyone seems to be taking off this little black piece right here. I'm interested to see if I'm gonna have to do that because this is not my wheel. I should have mentioned very early on in this video, but yeah, Kingsong sent me this wheel for Amped. Basically, I get to ride it, get ready for Amped with it, practice. You know, I've got 4 or 5 days before I gotta leave for Amped. So yeah, Kingsong provided me this wheel to test and bring to Amped and show people and hopefully put on the podium. Oh, let's see if I can actually turn it on now. Oh, it's still locked. How do I unlock it? I'm assuming that's going to be in the app. Oh, there's instructions right there that I'm just not used to seeing because I don't know. Once you get used to a Leaperkim or Bigode's way of unlocking, then you just kind of unlock all those wheels the same way. But yeah, this one wants you to plug it in. All right, so I've got the wheel on the charger, and now I will hit this unlock button. Okay, yeah, now the screen looks different. Lock car, silent, lock. Well, no, I want to unlock it. Unlock. Is that good? I just want to see this thing balance. Oh, we're balancing, baby. It's an EUC now. Let's go. Nice squish. I might just get away with it, or I might have to still. No, yeah. So I don't know who's not going to be taking this off because I stand really far forward. And yeah, I would have to like modify my pads to stick them on here. Sorry, Kingsong, I'm not going to be able to use this thing here. And I like the idea of having Bluetooth speakers, but we don't want to wreck those in a crash, so we're just going to take those off too. It feels pretty dang good suspension-wise right now. Let's see. What are these at? There's no clicking feeling, so I kind of have to just remember what they're at. And they're not even right now, so that's what I'm worried about, is I want to make sure they're equal. So yeah, we're balancing. I don't know how much more we need to talk about during this unboxing video. We got the wheel. We checked out the manual. We got it balancing. We figured out how to do that. We can figure out how to turn on the lights, I'm sure. Boom, boom, and a boom. There's a lot of different light modes. And back to off. Cool. And we got our fancy tail light. I think this thing's gonna feel, I mean, let's talk about weight, right? Yeah, that doesn't really feel like anything heavier than a Lynx or whatever. Yeah, that's good. Yeah. The Lynx got me used to riding something that's like a little bit heavier than what I thought I would be comfortable with. The Apex and the 134 volt X-Way are a little bit lighter, and you know, I've just been riding them more recently, so that's why I think they've been able to get the PRs and stuff on trails. They're not much lighter, and I don't know, they're a little bit, I don't know, uncomfortable. I don't trust myself. I feel so locked in when I ride the Lynx, but the Lynx just, I don't know, it doesn't handle the rock gardens as well as the Apex or the X-Way. So we're gonna see how this guy does. I don't think it's the weight that makes the Lynx do worse in the rock gardens. I think it's just the suspension. It just doesn't feel, I don't know, it feels, after going back to you know, a different wheel. The links and like going back and forth, and every time I go back to the links, I just feel like I can't really get the suspension to do what I wanted to do. Um, you know, we came from the S22 where the suspension was awesome, but the power was kind of meh, and then we went to the links because it just had power for days. We never had to worry about cutting out again. And that was great. And then like everything that came out after the links pretty much had that capability where you don't have to worry about cutting out. Back in S22 days, it was Master S22, and back then Begode firmware was just really weird. Bad at corners and bad at, um, I mean, like my kind of corners, big sweeping berms down a hill, and jumping. The jumping firmware was kind of bad, so I enjoyed my S22 so much more back then. I'm super excited to be on a Kingsong again. I'm hoping this goes super well. And before I go, just another quick shout out to Kingsong. They really do want to start being more involved in the community. They have a new team led by a man named Alex who hit me up to bring this opportunity to me. And they want to support racers. They want to know, how do we make a race wheel? It's a different Kingsong now. They want to be a performance wheel, not just a party wheel, not just the S19, S16. They want to make something that the racers want, the street guys and the off-road guys. We're going to see. I think that we're going to have a great time on the F18, and we'll see what they come up with for street.